Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on HIGHTIDE. Would also like to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hopefully you had a great weekend, and Happy Father's Day. Back to HIGHTIDE. I've covered this one a couple times here on the channel. Looks like the last time I went over it was on the 11th, and I've talked about it quite a few times. I have some of this in my retirement, and I don't have any currently here in Robinhood, but it's just been listed here on Robinhood as of lately. Let's see here, within the last month, I believe. Yep. So, well, actually, probably the last 3 weeks. So it looks like June 3rd it listed. So used to be HITIF, and then I think it went to HITID. I can't remember, and now it's HITI. So that's a good thing. So if you don't know much about this one, but unfortunately, since it went, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, it's went down since it was listed. That does create a buying opportunity. This is a long-term hold for myself, but it looks like it went down to $7. So, but here over the last week, it's down. We'll just call it 7%. And here's what it did on Friday. So, kind of up and down. Well, 697 there. You could have got it. So. But this one is an MJ Play. Again, the ticker is HITI. It's an MJ Play, operates through the following segments: wholesale, retail, and corporate. This is actually one of my favorite MJ stocks right now. They just keep growing and adding stores, and so it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and the share price should keep going up. So, been around since 2009. I don't think that's right. $380 million market cap, and this is showing earnings expected June 23rd after hours. Although Bing here says something else, so this says the 28th, and this says the 23rd. So I'm not sure which one's correct, but today's low, well, actually Friday was 696, and so that's a look at what it's done over the last month. And a couple of information coming out here. HIGHTIDE stock could see a breakout in the coming weeks. Here's why, and this is dated on the 18th, so Friday. So HIGHTIDE shares climbed higher Friday on continued momentum after the company announced Thursday that it would release its financial and operation results for Q2 of 2021 after market close on June 28. Friday, the stock was trading on social media sites such as StockTwits throughout the day. HIGHTIDE was up 5.63% at $7.50 at last check on Friday afternoon. And here's kind of a look at the pattern, resistance, kind of going down. Looks like 1205, and looks like this is about $7.38. So this is showing the support. So quite a bit of volatility in there. So, but that's all right if you want to trade it. Like I said, this is a long-term play for myself. Shares were following the past few months and are forming into a technical trader's call a following wedge pattern. Stock is trading below the 50-day moving average in the green. So right here's our 50-day moving, and as you can see, it's been up and down, hitting below that, but above the 200 moving day average in blue. So again, here's the blue, and it's been way above that, so that's a good sign, and indicating that the stock is likely in a period of consolidation. The 50-day moving average may hold as an area of resistance, while the 200-day moving average is somewhere the stock may find support. Key levels to watch: the stock is trading within a falling wedge pattern and may not see a breakout for the next couple of months unless there is a catalyst making the stock move. Falling wedge pattern is a bullish reversal pattern that happens after the stock makes a large run-up and starts pulling back, the slope of the line connecting the highs is much steeper than the line connecting the lows. Relative Strength Index, or RSI, has been falling throughout the past couple of weeks and is now starting to see a bounce. The RSI sat on 37 Thursday and Friday, climbed back higher to 43, becoming less oversold. And so the bulls would also like to see the stock cross above the 50 on the RSI, because above 50 on the indicator means that there are more buyers than sellers. Bearish technical traders would like to see the stock fall below the pattern support. If the stock fall below the pattern support and was able to hold below this level, then the stock may see a stronger downward push. Bears would also like to see the RSI drop further and fall below 30. And moving on here, HIGHTIDE burns the meme stock oil. Buy and hold HIGHTIDE for the long term. And just like I said, that's what I do. I'm in every MJ play that I buy into. I'm in for the long term, as well as the ETFs. I've covered quite a few ETFs here on the channel. So HIGHTIDE popped on Friday on meme hype, closing at 750. Ignore the hype. There's a rap song, Don't Forget the Hype. So ignore the hype and don't forget the hype, and focus on the company. So every industry needs a centralized retailer. Centralized retailers offer consistency of price, experience, inventory, and convenience. For MJ, that could be HIGHTIDE. HIGHTIDE has the potential to transform itself into the Walmart of MJ, and that's what I've called it here on the channel before. I believe they're at 85, 88 stores, something like that. It says 85 here. The company has a projection to open 115 by the end of the year, and I have no doubt in my mind that they won't get that done, because every time I cover this one, they've added 2 to 3 stores. So put your seatbelt on for the 115th store. That should could be a $10 stock then, who knows. So HIGHTIDE is a decade-old omni-channel MJ retailer. They have about 85 stores spanning multiple Canadian provinces. In Alberta, HIGHTIDE controls roughly 10% of the market. They also operate several e-commerce websites like Grass City and Smoke Cartel. These platforms sell MJ and accessories to individuals in Canada as well as the United States. The company is experiencing rapid growth. Revenues grew 166% in 2020, and last quarter they were up 179%. The growth isn't coming at the expense of the margins either. Gross margins are hovering around 40%, and the company is also adjusted EBITDA positive even during its hypergrowth phase. Also worth noting, HIGHTIDE is a major MJ growers. Aurora and Afria, who was acquired by Tilray, are both investors in the company, and I've covered that many a times here on the channel as well. So this goes over why HIGHTIDE stock will rise. I say basically just because they keep growing. I've said on other videos about them that they're keeping a close eye on the United States, and whenever the U.S. becomes legalized, this one's just going to explode, I think. So the Canadian MJ market is highly fragmented. In order to meet rising demand over the next few years, consolidation and centralization will be necessary. Canada boasts over 600 MJ stores in Alberta and Ontario, and many of these will likely be acquired by companies like HIGHTIDE as the shift to centralization takes place. A company with a lot of cash will someday acquire everyone in the space and rebrand everything under a common retail name. HIGHTIDE could be that company, and exactly that's what I pointed out here. That's why I keep covering this one, and really like their growth and everything that they have going on. So they also are sitting on $33 million in cash on their balance sheet, so that's got to say something for them as well. So, and again here, the MJ Walmart. So once they become, or once legalization becomes, or back up, long day. So once the United States becomes legalized, this stock is just going to take off because that's why they call it the Walmart of MJ. So they're just going to probably explode here in the United States. And sitting on that much cash, which it's not a lot, but that's got to say a lot for the company, and that will just help it move along and explode all the more. So over here to Reddit, the gem diamond being shorted like crazy is on a fire sale this morning. That's 13 days ago, so we'll go over here to StockTwits. Currently at $7.50, low of $1.47, high of $13.29, and 682,000 volume, $302 million market cap. HIGHTIDE's biggest retailer in Canada, revenue doubles year over year, almost 100 locations, and they're getting close. I'd say 2 to 3 months, maybe they'll have 100 locations. So by the end of the year, 115. That's their goal. If you missed the sub 7 buy up on this past Friday, you'll get another chance this week. 225 drops more than 3%, leading losses across major markets in Asia. HIGHTIDE going back to $12. There's a little snoop. That's about all the information in there. Over here to tip ranks, currently at $7.50, and this is showing a projection of one analyst at a moderate buy of $16.04 with 113% upside. Low of 1604, high of 1604. So, but that's all that I have on HIGHTIDE for right now. We'll see what it does here in the next month. See if we can get a couple more stores out of them, and see where the stock price will go after that. So if you have any more information on HIGHTIDE, go ahead and leave that in the comments so we can share that, and I'll do my due diligence to keep you up to date on this one, as it's one of my favorite ones to cover. So if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. I'm getting really close to 1,000 subscribers. That's what the goal is here. I'd try to hit that maybe by the end of the month here. I got 50 to go, so I think we could do it. So, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, smash that like button, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.